So in the last class, we are discussing about the cantilever beam. On the cantilever beam, the point loads and a UDL and varying load, and we need to draw the shear force diagram and bending moment diagram under these loads. Now we need to discuss about the simply supported beam. So second type of beam is again a simply supported beam, which has a supports only two supports, which has a two supports only at the ends. At the ends we have two supports. So here, due to these supports, we are getting a reaction forces RA and RB, which are unknowns. So whatever the external load is applied, on the body, either it may be a point load, either it may be UDL, either it may be a varying load. Due to these loads, I need to find out the reaction forces. Of all that gets the load, loads on it. So the external loads may be a point load or UDL or a varying load. So due to this external loads, we need to find out the reaction forces RA and RB. Then we need to proceed the procedure. So first problem is a simply supported beam with a point load at the center. So the load is applied at the equal distance. From the supports. We are discussing about the center. The load is applied at the center. The load is applied at the center. Therefore, I need to see that a beam is in equilibrium condition. The beam is in equilibrium condition. Therefore, whatever the upward moving forces need to be balanced by the downward moving forces. Therefore, here upward moving forces are RA and RB, and downward moving force is W. So the net force must be equal to 0. That is nothing but a balanced equilibrium condition. Will called as equilibrium. Therefore, upward I am considering as a positive force. And downwards I am considering as a negative force. Therefore, RA minus W plus RB. Therefore, RA plus RB is the two unknowns here. RA and RB are the two unknowns here. It is equal to known value, that is W. That is the equilibrium, first equilibrium condition. Second equilibrium condition is the bending moments at A. The bending moments at A is equal to 0. So I need to consider the section at A. And I need to find out the bending moments at A. The net bending moments, that is a clockwise and anti-clockwise, need to be 0. That is the second equilibrium condition. Therefore, RA and the distance from A. So we are considering the bending moment from A. Therefore, RB into A. Therefore, the distance is here L. Therefore, RB into L, and it is moving in anti-clockwise direction. It is moving in anti-clockwise direction. Therefore, it is a positive. Next force is W. W and distance from A. W and the distance from A. I am considering from A. The distance from A is L by 2. It is L by 2. And due to this force, the movement is clockwise direction. Therefore, I consider as a negative. Therefore, I consider as a negative. Next force is RA. Next force is RA, and its perpendicular distance is 0 because it is passing through A. RA is passing through A. Therefore, its distance is 0. It must be equal to 0. It is again anti-clockwise direction. It is again anti-clockwise direction because the force is applied from the downwards. The force is applied from the downwards. Therefore, it is anti-clockwise direction. Therefore, positive. I am applying a positive. It must be equal to 0. That is second equilibrium condition. Therefore, here unknown is only RB. Here unknown is RB. Length we know, and it is applied at the center. L by 2 is also known value. W is also known value. Therefore, RB is equal to we are getting W by 2. RB is equal to W by 2. Therefore, substituting RB value in equation 1, substituting RB value in the equation 1, we have found the RA value. After finding the unknowns RA and RB, I need to draw the shear force diagram. So here RA value is W by 2 and RB value is again W by 2. RA value is W by 2 and RB value is W by 2. Therefore, I need to draw the shear force diagram for the beam which having the which having the 3 point loads RA, W and RB. So the first is we are moving from the right hand side to the left hand side. We are moving from the section is moving from the right hand side to the left hand side. Therefore, the first point will be B. The first point will be a B. Therefore, shear force before B. So my section is here. Before B, whatever the forces are considered on my right hand side is 0. I am considering the forces on my right hand side of my section. The net forces of the right hand side of my section. Here there is no force before B. Therefore, it is 0. And yet B. So now the section is at B. Therefore, W by 2 is moving upward direction. A W by 2 is moving upward direction. Therefore, the value is a positive W by 2. A positive W by 2 kilonewton. Next, I need to shift for the next point. Here the next point is C. Next point is C. Therefore, before C, shear force before C. So here I need to consider the section now before C. Before C. So before C means again I have only RB value, which is moving upward direction, Therefore, we are getting a positive W by 2. In kilonewtons. Next, at C, the shear force at C now. The shear force at C, we have two forces. One is the force moving upward direction. Another force is the force moving downward direction, whose magnitude are W by 2 and W. Therefore, W by 2 is moving upward direction, so I consider it as a positive, and W is moving downward direction, so I consider it as a negative. Therefore, net, that is the summation of forces at C, is equal to, we are getting W by 2 and negative kilonewton. Next, before A, I need to shift the next point is before A. So the section is before A now. The section is before A. Therefore, we have only two forces. On my right hand side of my section. Therefore, it is nothing but W by 2, a positive value which is moving upward direction, and a minus W which is moving downward direction due to this external load. Therefore, again we are getting the same value, minus W by 2 kilonewton. Next, the section at A, the section at A. I need to move the section at A. Therefore, I am getting W by 2, a positive value, that is nothing but RB value, and next minus W, and a positive W by 2, which is nothing but RA value. This is RB value, and this is W, and this is RA value. Therefore, the net value is 0. Therefore, using this shear values, I need to draw the shear force diagram under the beam. Next, I need to find the bending moments at each and every point. So how to find the bending moment? The bending moment is nothing but force into perpendicular distance. So here, the bending moment, first again it is also, I am moving from the right hand side to the left hand side. Therefore, the first point is B. And the first load is RB, and the section I am considering at B. The section is considered at the B. Therefore, the point load and the distance from the section. Therefore, the section is at B only. There is no perpendicular distance. Therefore, the value becomes a 0. The units is, for this it is a kilonewtons, and this is a meters. Therefore, the units is kilonewton meter is the moment equation units. Next, I need to shift for the next point. The section need to be shifted for the next point. Next point is C. Therefore, the bending moment at C. Now the section is at C. I need the forces on my right hand side of my section. So I have two forces. First force is W by 2, and the second force is W. Two forces are available on my right hand side of my section. So I need the distance of these two forces from the C. So the first force is W by 2, and the distance from the C, W by 2, having a distance from the C is L by 2. It is L by 2. Therefore, this is the distance from the first force. And the second force is a W. The second force is a W. It has no perpendicular because it is passing from C. The load is passing from C. It has no perpendicular distance. Therefore, it is 0. Therefore, W into L by 4 kilonewton meter is the bending moment at this C, which is a positive value again. Which is a positive value. Due to this, the movement will be upward direction. Due to this force, it is nothing but a clockwise movement. It is nothing but a anti-clockwise movement. Anti-clockwise movement. It is nothing but an anti-clockwise movement. So it is a positive. Next point, I need to shift for the A. The section need to be shifted for the A. Therefore, at A, the bending moment at A. The bending moment at A. So here we have three forces. First one, second one, and third one. Three forces are available now. Three forces are available now. The first force is W by 2 and distance from A. W by 2, the distance from A, it is nothing but L. It is nothing but L. Therefore, this is the distance from RB. RB, and it is the distance. This is the first force. And next force is a W. From A, what is the distance? It is L by 2. It is L by 2. This is the second force. W is the second force, and its distance is L by 2. And the third force is RA, and its distance is 0 because it is passing from A. It is passing from A. It has no distance, perpendicular distance. Therefore, it becomes again a 0. It becomes again a 0. Therefore, the equation becomes again a 0. The equation becomes again a 0. It need to be become a 0, ma. It need to be become a 0 because we have considered in my derivation the bending moment at A is equal to 0. I have considered it. The bending moment at A is to be 0. I have considered it. Therefore, the value need to be 0. The value need to be 0 at the last point. That is nothing but bending moment at A. Otherwise, you have done a mistake in finding the RA and RB. If you are not getting the 0, if you are not getting the 0 at the last point, if you are not getting the 0 at the last point, then it is nothing but you have making a mistake while calculating the RA and RB. RA and RB. While calculating the RA and RB, you have making a mistake if you are not getting the 0 at the last point. Therefore, using that values, I need to draw the shear force diagram and a bending moment diagram. So here I am getting a value of 0. Shear force diagram, I am getting a 0 before B. Here is a point. Next, at B, I am getting a positive W by 2. So I need to move upward direction. I need to move upward direction because it is a positive. Downward direction is a negative. So in the cantilever beam, I had considered only a negative diagram. Next, the B point is completed. 2 points are completed. Next, before C, again a positive W by 2, again a positive W by 2, and yet C, a negative W by 2, a negative W by 2. Next, before A, I am getting a negative W by 2, a negative W by 2, yet A, it is 0. At A, it is 0. Now join all these points. So from B, I need to join a vertical line. I need to join a vertical line. Next, I will get a straight line, horizontal straight line, horizontal straight line. Next, I will get again a vertical line, and next horizontal straight line. Next again a vertical line. So joining all this, we'll get a shear force diagram. We'll get a shear force diagram. The fundamental is wherever the vertical forces, the vertical lines will be exist. Wherever the vertical forces, the vertical lines will be exist. Now we can see here change of sign. The change of sign from positive to negative, a shear force is available. Positive sign nundi negative sign ki marindi. So at this region, we will get maximum bending moment. The bending moment will be maximum wherever the sign change in the shear force diagram. Wherever the sign change occurs, there will get a bending moment maximum. Therefore, draw the bending moment diagrams. So I have drawn the bending moment diagram. Initially it is 0, only 3 points are available. At B it is 0. At C we are getting a positive W by 4, WL by 4, and next again a 0. So I am getting a positive bending moment diagram whose magnitude is nothing but WL by 4. That is the height of the triangle is WL by 4. So this is the how to draw the shear force diagram and a bending moment diagram for a simply supported beam when a point load is acting on a beam. Next problem is a 2 point loads of 2 kilonewton and 4 kilonewton are acting on my simply supported beam. Initially I have derived for the only a single point load. Now a 2 point loads are acting on my simply supported beam. Now I need to draw the shear force diagram and bending moment diagram. Therefore here two unknowns RA and RB are existing in my beam. RA and RB are existing in my beam. Therefore I need to consider the beam in equilibrium condition. Therefore the forces moving upward direction need to be balanced by the forces moving downward direction. Therefore RA plus RB is equal to 2 plus 4. Therefore it is nothing but 6 kilonewton. That is the first equilibrium condition. Second equilibrium condition is I need to consider the bending moment at A is equal to 0. The section is at A. I need to consider all my forces in my right hand side forces and it's a perpendicular distance. So here RB is the first force on my right hand side. I'm going from the right hand side to the left hand side. Therefore RB is the first force. RB into the perpendicular distance from A. I need to consider from A. So the distance is 2.5. RB into 2.5 is the distance. Next force is, the second force is 4 kilonewton. This is the second force. So this is the second force is a 4 kilonewton and the distance from A. I need the distance from A. This is the distance from A. So what is the distance here? So here I know that it is a 1 meter and this is 1 meter. The total is 2 meter, 2.5. Therefore, it will be 0.5. This is 1 and this is 1. So the remaining will be 0.5. Therefore, 1 plus 0.5 gives our 1.5 distance from A. The 4 kilonewton is at a distance of 1.5 meters from A. I am considering from A only, Amma. From A only. Next point load is the third point load. Next point load is the third point load, that is 2 kilonewtons, which is a distance of 1 meter from A. Which is a distance of 1 meter from A. Next, another point load is RA. Fourth point load is RA, and it's passing through A. It is passing through A. It has no perpendicular distance. It has no perpendicular distance. Therefore, it is 0. Therefore, it is 0. Now, I need to consider clockwise. What are the forces in clockwise? What are the forces in anti-clockwise? Due to this force, the beam will move in this direction. So, it is anti-clockwise. It is anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise. So, due to this force, the beam will be moving in this direction. 4 kilonewtons. Due to the 4 kilonewtons, the beam will be moving in this direction. So it is a clockwise. So due to this 2 kilonewtons also, the beam will be moving in clockwise only. Therefore, the anti-clockwise I consider as a positive and clockwise that I consider as a negative. Therefore, I am considering this and I am finding the RB value. RB value is 3.2 kilonewton. After finding the RB value, I need to substitute in the equation 1 to find the RA value. That is the unknown value I need to find out. So two unknown values is known value now. RA value and RB value. After finding RA and RB, I need to draw the shear force diagram. So the first point is the B. So before B, it is 0. Yet B, a point load is exist. 3.2 kilonewton, which is moving upward direction. So it is a positive. Next, before D, the section before D, the same point load will be existing on my right hand side of my section. Therefore, a plus of 3.2 kilonewton. Next, yet D. So we have again a point load of 4 kilonewton. A point load of 4 kilonewton, which is moving downward direction. Therefore, a positive 3.2 and a negative 0.4 gives a net value of 0.8 kilonewton. Gives a value of a 0.8 kilonewton, a negative value. Next point is C. Before C. So here I am getting a 3.2 as well as minus 4 only. 3.2 and a minus 4 only. Yet C. So yet C. So here 2 kilonewtons is again added. 2 kilonewtons need to be added. Therefore, it is moving downwards. So I am getting a -2. So initially I have 3.2, 4 and a 2 again. So 3.2 is moving upward direction, 3.2 is moving upward direction, and 4 is moving downward direction, it is negative, and 2 is moving downward direction, so it is negative. Therefore, I am getting -2.8 kilonewton. -2.8 kilonewton. Next, last point is A. Last point is A, that is before A. Before A. So I have three forces, 1, 2, and 3. So the same force will be existing. The same force will be existing. The same force will be existing. Next, at A. The shear force at A. So here, a 2.8 kilonewton, 2.8 kilonewton, which is moving upward direction, is also need to be considered. So a positive. Therefore, I am getting the shear force at A is equal to 0. The shear force at A is equal to 0. So now I need to draw the bending moment diagram. So how to draw the bending moment diagram, Amma? So each and every point need to be considered. The bending moment at B first, RB into distance 0. It is equal to 0 kilonewton meter. So next, bending moment, next point is at D. So RB into distance. Now, this is the section. This is the section at D. This is the section at D. So the forces are two forces, RB and 4. The two forces are available, RB and 4. So RB and distance from RB to the D is 1 meter. It is a 1 meter, and 4 perpendicular distance is 0. So due to the RB, it is a anti-clockwise, so it is a positive. Due to the 4, it is a clockwise, so it is a negative. We need to find the value. By substituting RB value, it is nothing but a 3.2. 3.2 into 1, we are getting 3.2 kilonewton meter. Next, bending moment at C. Now my section is at C. So we have three forces, RB, 4 and 2. RB is the first force and its perpendicular distance from C. Perpendicular distance from C. What is the perpendicular distance from C? It is 1.5. The distance between C and D is 0.5. So it is 1.5 is the distance from C. RB having a distance of 1.5. And it is anti-clockwise, so it is a positive. And the second force is 4, and its perpendicular distance is 0.5. Its perpendicular distance from C is 0.5, and it is clockwise, so it is a negative. Next force is 2, and its perpendicular distance is 0 because the section is C. The section is C. So I need to find this value. Next, bending moment. Next point is A. At A. Therefore, we have four forces, RB, and its perpendicular distance is 2.5 from A. From A, it is 2.5, and it is anti-clockwise direction. And next, 4 into the distance is 1.5 from A. I need the distance from A. It is 1.5, and 2 into the distance is 1. It is also a negative. it is also negative. Next, RA into distance is 0. It is a positive. The value need to be a 0. The value need to be 0. The value need to be a 0. Otherwise, you have done a mistake while calculating the RA and RB. So using these values, I need to draw the bending moment diagram and a shear force diagram. Bending moment diagram and a shear force diagram. So initially, the shear force before B is 0, at B is a positive 3.2, which is moving upward direction. So it will be upward direction, a positive direction. Next, before D, it is again a positive 3.2. At D, we are getting a minus 0.8. Next, before C also a minus 0.8. Before C also minus 0.8. Yet C, I am getting a minus 2.8 from the horizontal line. Point 2.8. Next, before A minus 2.8, and yet A I am getting a 0. So using these points, I need to join. So initially from this to this, and from here to this, and here, and a vertical line, and a horizontal line, and a vertical line. So I need to join all these points to get the shear force diagram under the beam. So we can see here the sign conversion occur at D. The sign conversion occur at D. Therefore, I will get a maximum bending moment at D. I will get the maximum bending moment at D in my bending moment diagram. So I need to draw the bending moment values. So at B it is 0. At D, 3.2 kilonewton meter is the value we have attained. It is a positive value again. So we need to draw on the upward direction. Next, at C, the value will be 2.8 kilonewton meter. 2.8 kilonewton meter. At A, it is again 0. So here I need to join all this because they are only point load existing. I need to join this inclined straight line. I need to join all these points by an inclined straight line. So I need to join by a scale. I need to join by a scale all these points. I need to join all these points by a scale. So with this, a point loads acting on a simply supported beam is completed. Next, I am shifting for the UDL. The UDL acting on a simply supported beam. The UDL is acting on my simply supported beam. So the UDL is acting entire length. I am considering the UDL is acting entire length span. The UDL is acting entire length of the span. So here the RA and RB are the unknowns. The supports, reactions are unknowns. So to find the reactions, I need to convert the UDL into point load. I need to convert the UDL into point load. The value is capital W. The value is capital W. So which is equal to the small w into length of the UDL. UDL acting length. UDL acting length. The capital W is equal to small w into the UDL acting length. Here the UDL is acting entire length, therefore I need to consider the small l. Therefore capital W is equal to W into L. That is the point load. Now I know the simply supported beam with point loads only. Therefore the upward forces are RA and RB and downward force is capital W. Therefore balancing it. Upward forces RA and RB and downward forces are W. So where capital W can be written as small w into L. That is the first equilibrium condition. This is the first equilibrium condition. And the second equilibrium condition is I need to consider this section at A. I need to consider this section at A and a bending moments at A. Bending moment at A is to be 0. Bending moment at A need to be 0. That is the second equilibrium condition. Second equilibrium condition. Therefore, the forces are three forces. This is the first force because I am moving from the right hand side to the left hand side. This is the second force and this is the third force. So first force is RB and it's a perpendicular distance from A because I am considering from A. So it is nothing but a length L. The length is L. This is the distance. RB into length is L. And the second force is W. Second force is the W. And it's a perpendicular distance from A. Its perpendicular distance from A is L by 2. From A it is L by 2. And the third force is RA. It is passing through A. It is passing through A, therefore the distance will be 0. It need to be equal to 0. Therefore RB is equal to capital by W by 2, which is equal to small w L by 2. Therefore RA is also equal to small w L by 2. Substituting RB value in my first equation, we will get RA is also equal to small w by 2. Now I need to draw the shear force diagram and bending moment diagram after finding the unknowns. After finding the unknowns, I need to draw the shear force diagram and a bending moment diagram of a UDL under the beam. Therefore, I need to consider a section. I need to consider a section XX from the B at a distance of x meters. Small x meters. Now I am considering the only the region. Now I am considering only the region. This is the section XX and this is the beam. The UDL acting on my right hand side of my section is small w. The length of that section is x. This is the x. And RB is also acting here. RB is also acting here. Therefore, I need to convert this UDL into point load. The right hand side UDL of my section into point load. Therefore, capital W value is small w into x. Small w into x. Now, the length of the UDL is only x. the length of the UDL is only x, and it is making at a distance of equal, that is x by 2 and x by 2. It will be acting at the centroid. Therefore, it is equally distributed, equal in length. Now, I have two forces. First force is RB and a second force is W, capital W. A point loads. Only 2 points loads are existing in my right hand side of my section. 2 point loads are existing in my right hand side of my section. Therefore, shear force at XX is equal to RB and M minus W. RB is moving upwards, so it is a positive, and W is moving downwards, so it is a negative, where the RB value is small w L by 2 and capital W value is small w into x. This is the standard equation for the shear force equation. Next, I need to write the bending moment equation at XX. I need to write the bending moment equation at XX. Therefore, again two forces and it's a perpendicular distance. Bending moment is nothing but forces into perpendicular distance. Therefore, first force is RP. RP is the first force and it's a perpendicular distance from the section X is nothing but X. This is the X meters. From the XX. From the XX, it is a X meters distance. And next force is capital W. This is the second force. This is the first force. Capital W. And its perpendicular distance from the section is x by 2 meters. X by 2 meters. Therefore, substituting RB value and W value, RB value and capital W in terms of small w's, we will get an equation like this. Now, after finding the standard equations, I need to substitute the x values. X is equal to 0, x is equal to 1, x is equal to 2, x is equal to 3, x is equal to 4, so on, up to the x is equal to L. Up to the x is equal to L. So, we can see here and we can draw the shear force diagram. So, substituting x is equal to 0, therefore RB will be existing. RB will be existing in upward direction. RB will be existing in upward direction. Therefore, substituting x is equal to 1, x is equal to 2, x is equal to 3, we will get an inclined straight line and again a 0. So here RA exists. Therefore, a vertical line need to be having. So both are in upward direction. Therefore, this is in upward direction and this is also need to be upward direction. So I am getting inclined straight line. So here it is shifted. Shear force is shifted from positive to negative at some region. I don't know the region. నాకు ఇక్కడ ఏ పాయింట్ దగ్గర షిఫ్ట్ అయిందో తెలియదమ్మా. సో I need to consider it. Some region I need to consider. I am considering it as a C. I need to be considered it as C because in previous classes we will study that shear force shifting. The shear force is equal to 0 at some location means we are getting a bending moment maximum. If the shear force is 0. If the shear force is 0 means we need to get a maximum bending moment diagram. So we will get a maximum at this location. At C, we will get a maximum. So I need to find out the location, this location, this distance. I need to find out this distance, which location is, it is changing its sign. Which location it is changing its sign, I need to find out. So here from the diagram, it touches the baseline. That means the shear force is equal to 0. I need to substitute the equation in the previous equation, bending moment equation. So in shear force, I need to substitute in shear force equation. I need to substitute the shear force equation. That is shear force equal to 0. Shear force is equal to 0, and I need to find out the x value. Shear force is equal to 0, and I need to find out the x value. That is nothing but the shear force equation is WL by 2 minus W into X is equal to 0. Therefore, WL by 2 is equal to small w into X. W will be cancelled. X will be equal to L by 2 distance. So X will be, here X will be L by 2 distance. The X will be, the section C will be at a distance of L by 2. So I need to find out the bending moment. I need to find out the bending moment at C also. I need to find out the bending moment. By using this equation, I need to substitute the bending moment at C. That is nothing but X is equal to L by 2. In this equation, I need to substitute X is equal to L by 2 also. So substituting the L by 2 equation, substituting the L by 2 in my equation, so I will get WL square by 8. That is the maximum bending moment at C. At B it is 0, at A it is 0, because X is equal to 0 and X is equal to L. If I substitute in my equations, both are zeros. So in between only we have a tendency to increase. Tendency to increase and again decrease. From B to A, it will be increase and again decrease. It is a parabolic in curve, because it is a, if you see the bending moment equation, it is x square, in terms of x square, in terms of x square. So I need to join by a free hand. I need to join by a free hand. So with this, I am concluding this section, Amma.